Starting to the bottom right of the map, we have for SK Gaming.
SKMC.
The boss toss.
Boss indeed. And his opponent to the top left from the team MVP, an excellent StarCraft 2 team. He is
MVP Vampire.
Alright, so there are a lot of things that are really important about this game. First of all, we are just talking about the top 2 spots. We'll talk about the 3rd place that is now kind of qualifying you to get into the wildcard group. Oh wow, actually a forged first play. We're going to see a cannon rush, yeah.
You know, actually I was thinking about mentioning this when you said MC could do anything, but...
Okay, before we have the cannon rush, sorry to cut you off here, but let me just say what this game implies. Jaedong and Flash need Vampire to win. That's the only chance that they have to advance directly to Code S. The reason is they both won their game against Vampire, and so if they are tied with him later on, they can end up in a really good tie scenario, which is good for them. If MC takes this, MC is through. Then he is in Code S together with Yoda already.
And then we only determine 3rd places.
Exactly. And Vampire, if he, for him of course, if he loses this game, this means he might get a shot at 3rd place, but he is not in a position where he can 1st or 2nd and advance to Code S. So this is the situation in the group. This is why this match is important for all of them.
Now, here's what's important about this cannon rush. MC's cannon's already done. Now he's going to make this cannon see it's in the fog. He's going to start it right next to a pylon. And if he gets that pylon up, then the game will basically end, because then Vampire's going to be a situation where he has to save money to make a new Nexus.
He doesn't see it.
Nexus be in range. He does not see it. And consider
Let's have a look
that
at the bottom right.
He doesn't scout. Vampire has no scout.
Bottom right, what do we have? Yeah, he has the Forge and 1 pylon at the front. If he builds a cannon there's no way for Vampire to get in.
And this is actually game unless he can target that cannon down right now. Right now, and it's too late. 2 cannons going up. That Nexus is going to be under fire. He even makes 3.
He makes 3. The cannon is ready. He can always cancel 1.
He has to cancel the one that's closest.
Yeah, cancels 1, and here are the SCVs. There's a lot of damage done already. Has to cancel the second one.
Properly, and this is going to be terrible.
Oh,
there's
one of them not cancelled. Zealot is dead, and he rebuilds them.
He needs the Stalker, and actually, you know what?
He can take down these cannons.
The Stalker is actually out. He needs to kill the Probe, but he has to be careful. MC has enough money to where he should be able to out-cannon the Stalker attacks of Vampire as long as he cancels properly.
I feel he has to pull the probes again, and if he does, then you will lose a bit too much. He cancels 1.
He just immediately restarts it, and it has too much hit points.
And he doesn't get the second Stalker out in time. Maybe he can... It's really difficult for him to pull this off. The shield's already gone. The second Stalker will pop out. There it is.
He may want to run around instead. He's actually going to try to fight this, but he doesn't have enough damage output.
Well, as long as he the cannon is in range of the Nexus. This is, of course, a big problem. But if he can prevent the rest of the cannons from going up, then he can wait until he has more Stalkers and then fight the one cannon that's still there.
He's making 2 Stalkers at a time. He needs to run around, I think, with his Stalkers rather than try to fight the cannons, because fighting these cannons is probably going to be a losing battle.
Nice micro here. Look at this micro by Vampire. Really well done. Always waits until the cannon shoots the gate, and now the cannon is gone. Can he make this happen? This is so awesome here by both of them.
Actually,
this is really close. Look at this micro. What about the Nexus?
MC doesn't have any probes really. He's only got 13.
The Nexus only lost its shield, guys. I know that you can't see the hit points, but only the shields are gone. Now he's down to the yellow. The cannons are gone. There are only 3 left. We have 4 Stalkers. He's chrono boosting more, and he's moving with all of his probes as a shield.
Yeah, you can use those probes and the shields of the cannons gone. 1 cannon goes down.
Look at this
Stalker falls though. The probes are not fighting. He doesn't want to aggro the cannons, but it's too late now. Several probes go down. MC now, the probe count is much in his favor, 13-7. But there's nothing at home for to defend against possible Stalker attacks. The Nexus is getting lower, down to 250.
This dance micro by Vampire is amazing. It is crazy. If he can take down the last cannon, I think he can actually pull this off.
Well, it's so close. 1 Stalker goes down, the cannon does as well. And I think with the next Stalker coming out, he should be able to kill these.
Oh my god, Vampire, how he actually dodged those shots the entire time. This is blowing my mind.
The probe is going to fight. He wants to draw the Stalker fire. He cancels. I think if MC had targeted the Nexus, this would have been a different story. Oh, he's going to be careful of that Stalker.
He's done it?
He's done it.
He's actually done it.
MC now making a cannon at home.
Vampire with this crazy micro that he showed us with him dodging those cannon shots the entire time. This was amazing. What a defense against this cannon attack. Vampire is able to hold. The Nexus is at 218 hit points. And now we have, of course, the much better tech for Vampire. He was behind in Harvesters just by a little bit. We have 16 to 14 probes in favor of MC. But now,
MC has no chance anymore. I mean, you know, I feel like if MC had targeted a little bit better or microed a little bit better with his cans, which he basically did not do at all, he could have easily just taken the Nexus down, and then it wouldn't have ended the game necessarily, but we'd have a different story. But now Vampire basically can't lose.
I am blown away by this defense.
It was insane.
What a hold. What an amazing defense by Vampire. Really, really incredible. And this is such a cool game. And you know, Jaedong and Flash are watching this, and they both don't want to go into the wildcard group. Both of them are definitely sitting somewhere watching these games in the backstage area, and both of them like, Vampire, take it. Take this game. And it looks like he will. He is now going for his Nexus already. He has his warp gate research halfway done before MC even has a core.
MC might just go for DTs as fast as possible and try to win. That's something I could see him doing. His warp gate research is just now started. Starts another gateway at home. No tech though. The core is done. 2 gates. He may try to just hit an attack. Wow. Stalker taking some hits here, but only shields.
This unbelievable. Great play by Vampire. I don't think that MC can actually believe it himself.
MC can't get out of his main base because he has a full wall.
Yeah, he can't get anything. He can't. First of all, he has the full wall, and he also has no chance of facing his opponent on the low ground. So what do you do when you're MC? Are you going for, I don't know, DTs? I have no clue what he can do. There's an expansion for Vampire that is going to finish in a few seconds. Vampire is far ahead in everything.
Yes. I mean, the cannon rush...
I was thinking about it, was like, yeah, basically everything.
The cannon rush is a really cool idea by MC, but it did not pan out because he couldn't kill the Nexus. If you can't kill the Nexus, then it doesn't matter.
This group situation is getting so incredible. And there's the Twilight Council. But you know, even a DT play would be really predictable at this point.
Yeah,
if I was Vampire, the first thing that I wanted to do is get enough observers out there that DTs can't come.
Exactly. He already has one observer. It's going to go and scout. The second observer will come out as soon as he sees that he needs one, if he needs one, because otherwise he can just keep making immortals and get further ahead.
He knows that there's no expansion. And with this knowledge, there is a very limited amount of options that MC has.
Yep.
And MC knows this, of course.
Well, Blink is started. He goes for Blink, which is a much better choice. The Stalkers are ready. He can't hit the Observer because the cannons don't quite give vision of that area, but he sees it. And now he starts to kill his Forge because he knows that that's the structure he needs the least. He's going to have a Blink Stalker attack that comes and hits when Vampire has a 2-base economy and probably 3 Immortals by the time he gets there. If he goes right now, he'll get there before the 3rd Immortal is out, but he won't have Blink. And if he waits for Blink, the 3rd Immortal will be out and it won't matter. This is not a map to go Blink into the main base. It just won't work.
Vampire is getting farther ahead now in overall supply. He has the robotic spay out, can go for the Colossi. MC is desperately trying to do something, to make something happen here. And right now, he actually is at fairly the same amount of army supply, but the composition, that's what kills him. He cannot attack against 2 Immortals.
No, the 3rd Immortal is coming out too. Just like I said, before MC gets there, it's going to be out and ready. Then he can even start to go for Colossi and start to get his own Stalker count back up. Because, you know, even if you're facing Blink, if you have Immortals, it doesn't matter if your Stalkers don't have Blink. They're a great support unit to have. And oh wow, he lost the probe. That means no forward pylon with this.
For MC, this is just devastating. He was so close of winning the game, and then Vampire, he is going for this amazing hold. The sickest micro that I've seen in a long time, playing this really well. MC was so close to getting into Code S, and now suddenly everything is just up for grabs again. MC, if he does not pull off an amazing comeback into this game, Vampire will have opened the door very wide for Jaedong and also Flash to advance, or himself getting a spot in Code S. And MC, of course, is not out either if he loses here.
Now, MC losing some Stalkers here. I feel like if MC was left, if Vampire like put half his units in his main, half his units in the natural, and just walked away from the keyboard, MC wouldn't even be able to attack him and figure out something to work. I mean, it's just This is just not a game that MC can win. He's at half the supply of his opponent. He's behind in tech. He's just now getting his robo. His next way behind. He didn't even know his opponent had the next until very recently.
We have the robo being built for MC when Vampire is nearly done with his first Colossus and halfway with extended thermal lance. This is how far behind MC currently is. And he's still trying, but now those Immortals are cornering him. He's up against 4 of them. The Blink was, used to escape, but he blinked into a trap. And Vampire, he is enjoying these last few seconds of this game.
MC has one lone stalker that's walking across the map. It's not gonna. It's going on a mission, but it's not gonna be a successful mission.
The expansion will be killed, and now, well, one stalker on a mission.
It's Tom Cruise, man. It's Mission Impossible over here at the Vampires. Naturally, he's going for kills.
It's so unlikely that the stalker is gonna do anything that even Legend doesn't highlight it.
Yeah.
The Nexus is gone at the natural, and there it is. GG. Vampire takes the game, makes the group even more interesting, as now Jaedong and Flash still have a chance of advancing. Very, very well played by Vampire here. A great game. And this puts us into a very interesting group situation.
Yeah, it does. It could have, as far as Code S goes, could have all ended here.
You know, the next game that we will see after a break is going to be Yoda versus Flash. And for Yoda, the match doesn't really matter anymore. He's already in Code S and he knows it. But for Flash, everything is on the line. Because if Flash is losing the game, he has to win it. And if he wins it, he is not guaranteed a spot in Code S, but he has a very good chance. But if he loses it, then he has no chance anymore. So for Flash, everything is on the line. Flash can, of course, always get 3rd place, so we are always talking about the first 2 spots. The wildcard system, we are coming back to that as soon as we know who's going to advance to Code S, for sure. So, a very tense situation in the group.
Certainly. That cannon rush was actually, I'm still like a little bit on edge about it. I mean, that game was so close.
Beautiful.
It was all about the micro of Vampire.
Was beautiful. That was really amazing what he did there. I really loved his micro. It was so well done. So Vampire, kudos. He really deserved this win and this chance to get straight into Code S. But guys, we jump into a short break, and after a 5-minute break, we'll be back with the GSL Up and Downs Group 8, and then we have Yoda up against Flash in a Terran versus Terran.